And now for a few words about slope. Many of you learned slope as rise over run, and it is the slant that a line takes. There are two ways you can get it. One is graphically. So you're going to rise by counting how many steps up or down you take from one point to another, and then you run by counting how many steps right or left from one point to another. For example, if you're given this line here, and we need to find the slope between 2 points, we just pick a point. So I'm going to use this point here, and I'm going to go down to this point here. And I'm going to start by doing the rise part. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots. So I went down 7, so I'm going to use a negative. And then I go to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the slope of that line would be -7/4. So you can obtain slope by doing a little subtraction. The difference is also known as delta, and it's this triangle symbol. So it's delta y over delta x, or subtract your y's and subtract your x. So we're going to try one. We're going to find the slope between these 2 points. And it doesn't matter which one is x1, y1, and which one is x2, y2. We'll get the same answer. If I use this as my x2, y2, I'm going to get 7 minus -1 over 4 minus 6. And I get 8 over -2, which gets me a -4. But if I do it in the other direction, where I choose to start with this point, I would get -1 minus 7 all over 6 minus 4. This time the negative is on the top with -8 over 2, which still gets you a -4 for the slope. So again, it doesn't matter what order. Whichever y you choose to start with, you must choose that same x to start with. So let's talk about what happens when we have fancy slopes. A line in the form of y equals some number, like y equals 7, is a horizontal line. Its slope is equal to, as you can imagine, 0, because it is a flat line. It has 0 incline. So if you find the slope containing the points 5, 7, and -3, 7, try it out. Y minus y over, this one, 5 minus -3. And I end up with 0 over 8. Or if you did it in the other direction, you would have gotten 0 over -8. This is an unacceptable answer. If you leave it like that, I will not give you full credit, because that number equals 0. We need to just straight up write it as a 0. We're going to save all of the fancy things with x about how they're vertical lines, and we will talk about those slopes tomorrow. Okay, so now we're going to